what do you think was the turning point? What was the moment where you hit, where you like, all right, or he hit?
Honestly, the cheating, it was an issue. It was an issue. It definitely was, but it was like the last recent thing that he did probably like a year ago. It'll be a year in December. That was like, okay, I just can't no more. Like, I gotta the respect is gone at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like I could have forgiven him for the cheating, the little other cheating, because it's like ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
But I'm even out of that mind frame now. It's like gone. Like, no, ain't nobody gonna cheat on me.
Right. If you're watching right now, go get the merch. Go get the merch. You can find it at www.ChoppedByTpodcast.com. Again, it's www.ChoppedByTpodcast.com. Enjoy the show. What's up? What's up? This is the ChoppedByT Podcast, where we give real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the right of me, we got LaDaisha in the building. So what's up?
Hey, everybody.
What do you want me to call you? Day? I heard somebody else call you something else. TJ call you something else. What did he call you?
You can just say Daisha.
Daisha. What else they call you though? What else? Day. Day. That's what they say. Day. But anyway, how I usually start the show is I pull from a DM that people usually send me, and I read from it, and I respond to it, and you can let me know what you think about this as well. It's anonymous, by the way, too. So I don't tell whoever sent me the DM. A lot of this shit be kind of rough. So, but on this DM, he said, "I'm not attracted to my girl, and I want to cheat." He said, "I've been with her for 5 years, but I've known her since we were kids. When we first got together, she was in the gym heavy and always kept her body right. In the last year, she let herself go, and truthfully, I'm disgusted by her. I still love her. And we have so much history, so I don't want to just walk away from the relationship just because of her appearance. But I can't be with someone I'm not physically attracted to. What should I do? Help this man out." Listen, well, you go first. What do you think he should do?
I feel like that he should just encourage her to start back getting in the gym and let her know, like, hey, babe, you need to get in the gym. You don't look like you used to. Just say it.
Being disgusted by her is wild, though, right? Like, I think that if you at that point, you really don't want her anyway. That's what I feel. Like, if you to that point, I think it's deeper than just gym. It could be something else. Like, is physical attraction important in a relationship?
No, because I'd rather have a ugly guy that's going to treat me like a queen than somebody that looks good.
But in some form, you still attracted to him in some way, though, right? No,
like I found the pretty and ugly people.
Yeah. So you've been with ugly guys, and you still everybody around you like, nah, he don't look that good, like that. Yeah,
like we knew he was ugly. My friends, it's okay though. Yeah. I love him. He ugly, but I love him.
Nah, women can do that though. Men can't do that. Men need somebody pretty though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most men need a pretty one. I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of the men I know, they choose looks over like personality or what he could be, so on and so forth. So when you seeing this ugly man, you approaching him, you look at him, are you thinking like, he ugly, but he got a good personality? He ugly, but what? What's the thing that make you want to talk to him?
He's ugly, but he knows how to talk to me. Okay. He's ugly, but he knows how to treat me. Yeah. He's ugly, but he got his own money. Yeah. He's ugly, but he got his own everything. Yeah. So all of those values matter.
I feel you. Most women like that too. Most women like that. Men, we just want appearance though. I ain't gonna say we. I'm not a part of that. You
said we.
Yeah, I'm just saying we because I'm a man. Okay. Though. That's the only reason why though. But something you was telling me about off camera is that you in school, you going back to get your bachelor's, right? Mm-hmm. You a nurse right now?
I am. I'm an LPN.
How is that? Because I hear nursing is like really difficult. Like to get like even at the beginning, like the LPN, and I know you go RN after that. That's what you're pursuing now. How is that being a nurse and you're a mom of 2? Mm-hmm. How is that? How was school?
Honestly, I wouldn't have it no other way. Yeah. I honestly wouldn't. School, because I'm already an LPN, it's kind of easier for me because I understand a lot. So getting my LPN before getting my bachelor's was like the best decision ever. Yeah. And it's crazy because at first I was like really, really, really nervous about doing the fast track LPN program. Yeah. And I was like, I can't do this. But then I ended up getting pregnant. So I was like, okay, it's time to get started. Because honestly, I was like, I ain't going back to school till I turn 30. Yeah. I had that attitude. Yeah. And once I had my baby, I've been in school literally since.
So you pregnant with your second baby?
No, my first one.
Your first one. So you was in LPN school when you got pregnant with the first baby?
When I was in LPN school, I was pregnant with my second baby, and I had him while I was in the program.
Yeah, got you. That must have been hard though, because I got a kid myself, and the mother of my child, she went through like she had like mom brain, I think is what she called it. Is that a real thing?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Was it forget everything?
Yeah. Like, were you frustrated? Did you struggle through it? What was the experience like?
So when with my first child, he was like great.
Yeah.
Coolest kid ever, no problems at all. But when I had my second one, since I was in school, he was clingy to me. I couldn't study how I wanted to, and my grades actually had started to go down.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I gonna do? And my teachers, they pulled me to the side. They was like, what's up? What's going on? Like, your grades? What's going on? So I just busted out into tears because I had just had him. I probably was like, I didn't even get a break after I had my baby. I literally went right back to school, like 2 days off possibly, and I had to take a test that Friday.
Damn.
So like I was in labor until I started hurting too bad. I was sitting there studying while I was in labor. Yeah. Until I couldn't take the pain no more. It was like, okay, put this book up. It's time to have a baby.
Yeah.
So.
And then you had your baby, and 2 days after that, you ended up
having to take. I never forget. It was like a wound exam.
Yeah. Ain't that ironic? Yeah. Okay, so you had your baby, and like, what were you feeling when you taking the test? Were you sore? Because I know that's
my breasts were huge.
Yeah.
They were leaking.
Yeah.
And actually, she's my best friend now. Her name is Mariah, and I met her through nursing school. Greatest person ever. After she finished taking her exam that day, she came to the car and watched my baby for me.
Yeah.
While I go in there and take mine.
Shout out to her.
So, yeah.
So during this moment, you going through all of this, surely you must have went through a lot of stuff mentally. What were you feeling mentally?
I wanted to quit, honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this. I'll just wait until my kids get 13 and they can take care of themselves. I just can't do this. I can't do this. But it's like, struggle with it now and enjoy it later versus them being older and going without for a long period of time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and get it done now because ain't nothing going to change.
Yeah, and them first few years for children, at least, that's an impressionable time for them. So it's time where like they most affected, and that kind of shaped their personality. So you don't want struggle to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know? Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Did you have any help during this time?
Yeah, I would say a little, but I still get upset sometimes because it's like I don't have the help that I would desire to have. But I also have the mentality of these my kids, so it is what it is. Like, mama got to make it happen no matter what.
Yeah, but still, it's a village. You know what I mean? Like you do. It's so. I think our system and the way we set it up for mothers, at least, is fucked up because. You know, you had a baby, then 6 weeks. I don't think 6 weeks is enough. I don't think, enough to get over anything physically, at least, and especially not mentally. Did you go through postpartum and all of that?
I did. I had moments where I was like, my baby crying and the little one, the little one at the time, my oldest, he was the little one, but I had the baby too. I'm at home by myself studying. Like their dad, he got the old fashioned mentality of the mama makes stuff happen. He still got to go to work. So I get it. You take paying all the bills, so you got to go to work.
Right.
So he would be at work and he'll call and check on me and everything. But it was crazy. I would like go outside and leave them in the house crying and just go outside and scream and breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. And I come back in. It's like I'm extra nice once I come back in.
Yeah.
Because getting agitated and dealing with all that and thinking about what you got going on the rest of the week, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
So what did you? So that was your coping mechanism. Did you ever try to seek things like therapy or meditation or anything like that? You just didn't have time for it or something?
Since now, probably like in the past year, I've just started being a fan of therapy. I used to just feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was okay to feel the way I was feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this comes with parenting.
Yeah. No, I think that's what we do a lot of the times. As people, period, we just normalize stuff like that. And that's not the way to go. The hardest part for me up until this point with my situation is just having someone to talk to, like, finding my village, my core of people that I can speak with. And I think it was kind of a blessing for you to be in nursing school because you were around mostly women, right? And people who understand what you're going through, at least, probably a lot of moms too, right? So, to be able to have that, I think that was a beautiful thing. So during this time, are you graduate? You had to. So you did what they tell you not to do. You had a one kid, and you just go right in and had a second one because they told us that too. You'll be most fertile when you had your first kid. How far apart are they?
He's 2 now, and he's 5. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they get a good piece apart. Okay. I was thinking like you had a kids 1 and 2.
I didn't stair step him at all.
Yeah.
But he was 3, so he was still wanting to be a baby at the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. What is motherhood? What has that done for you?
Made me like the strongest person ever.
Yeah.
Like I was so. I see me then versus me now. Like I would without my kids. I can promise you, I would not be nowhere near where I am now. Like literally.
Yeah. In what way? What do you think you would be if you didn't have kids?
I'd probably be just honestly before I had my kids. Like I feel like a regular. Having a degree, that was not a priority for me.
Right.
I was like, I ain't gotta go to school. I still can make some money.
Yeah.
Do this, do that. Like the bare minimum was okay for me.
Yeah.
Before having kids.
Yeah.
But it's like once I had kids, it's like my whole mind just did a 360. Like,
Let me ask you: do you ever try to like live your childhood through your kids?
I try to get them things that I didn't get to experience.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
like my 5-year-old, he wants to carve pumpkins. Like we're gonna carve pumpkins. I've never done that before.
You never done that. What was your childhood like?
So I was raised in the country. So you go outside and you play in the dirt. Yeah. You go help grandma pick stuff out the garden. You go help pull the stuff out the garden, the grass and stuff, the weeds.
Yeah.
Go look and check, thump the watermelon and see if they're right. Help her shed corn.
Real country.
Like real country stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah, see, and a lot of people don't know, like they think of Bolivar or, where we from, they think of that as country. And it is, it's country. But we from the country of the country. Yeah. Meaning like people will be in Bolivar saying, I'm finna go to the country, because I'm from Oak Hill. So, that's the country of the country, like out of city limits of the country. So it's a whole different level of country with that. Yeah. And you didn't, what was the financial situation growing up?
I won't say I struggled, but I didn't get, let me see how I'm going to put it. I didn't get every pair of shoes that came out like my friends did.
Right.
But I had what I needed.
Right. You had the things you needed as opposed to like having like an abundance, or not even an abundance, just more things. Like, and that's why I tell them like, it didn't feel like it in the moment. You don't start realizing like, oh, I don't got as much as X, Y, and Z until you get in school and you get to see like, oh, okay, so and so wearing different shoes every day, and that's what ends up happening. You start comparing yourself and stuff like that.
And like my grandma, she raised me, so. She was like, I'm not buying you no tennis shoes. They make girls boys. You ain't getting no tennis shoes. So I was like, I had to wear boots and sandals. That's all, and flats. Yeah. Only girly shoes. If no tennis shoes at all.
Yeah. I mean, and now that you're older now, and you have 2 boys, right?
I do.
Like, so that's where I was getting to, because now that I'm older, I get a chance to live through my kid in a way. So, I always wanted a Batman bed, like the little car bed. You know what I mean? Like how you can lay in the bed and it's shaped like a car. I always wanted one of those. So immediately when he was old enough to have his like own big bed, that's the first thing I bought him was a Batman bed. And just little things like that I'm able to do for him really define like fatherhood for me, I guess I can say.
Like my 5-year-old, he still to this day wants bedtime stories.
Yeah.
So I do the whole bedtime. I'm like, if I'm on the phone with my friend, I'm like, hold on, girl, let me call you right back.
Yeah,
I'm putting on hold. And one day, Portia, she heard me. She was like, "That's so sweet for you. I didn't know you read." I was like, "Shut up, be quiet." Because I didn't get that growing up.
And it feel weird, right?
Yeah, it does. So it's like, either I can read him a book or I can just make up a story. And
You just love it. That shit is so important. Like I think our generation, or even the generation prior to us, a lot of us as a whole were built off like survival. Just trying to survive. Grandma don't have time. Mama don't have time. Daddy don't have time for a story and all of that. They just work this many hours. But we, in our generation, we educated. We realize the importance of stuff like that. We realize like, hey, it's important to read to your kids. Why? Because that boosts his interest in reading. Definitely. And so on, something like that. Yeah, reason I asked you, does it feel weird? Because that shit feel weird to me. I do the same thing. I read my baby stories. He got like a whole bookshelf. It feel weird. I'm like, You know, should I be doing this shit? Like, will it make him weak? Stuff like that.
That's my big. And see, the 5-year-old, he's the one that likes the bedtime stories, and he's different than my 2-year-old. My 2-year-old, he's rough and tough, and the other one, he likes his tablet, his games. He don't want to be bothered. But he's now, since he has his brother, he's becoming more like him. Yeah. So.
You just don't want him to be weak.
I don't at all.
Yeah, it's rough though.
And it's like a thin line.
It's like, should I be too nice?
Yeah.
But that's the responsibility of the mom, I think, is to instill that gentleness into the kid. And I think that that's why we so fucked up as like black men, men like myself who only had our mom in the home. It's the mom instilled that gentleness in me, but the world was left to give me the hard shit. And I get out in the world and I become like an overly aggressive dude to compensate, because naturally I want to be gentle. That's how I was raised. You know, I want to be loved and hugged on and all of that, but because that's what my mama gave to me. But when I get out into the world don't give you hugs. You know what I mean?
And see, my thing is about that is that, like, so I'm the person in the house that disciplines. Dad doesn't. He ain't a fan of that. Yeah. He's more of a talker.
Gotcha.
It's like either we discipline him now, or 10 years down the road he getting beat with a baton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the world that we live in, it's like, and I'm gonna go ahead and be the person that do that, because all the talking sometimes it don't work. Yeah. Like he got 4 sad faces in a row.
Yeah.
In a row now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, the first time was just talk. Second time was a threat. Third time, okay, I believe your story because it don't sound like something you would do.
Yeah.
After that, I'm like, okay, now you playing.
So yeah. I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna give you like some game of what I mean. Like, okay, I tell some of my my homegirls this who have kids, right? And they single moms as well. Well, not as well because you're not a single mom, but they're single moms, right? And I see them try to overcompensate for the father not being there or him not being as vocal. And they hit them and stuff like that, right? With boys, and I can speak from experience because I was raised in a single parent home. You start to hit him like that, and he internalized that. And because there's no speaking, no talking, no dialect between you and him, no conversation. Which you said you do that though. This is not towards you, but because there's no dialect, it's immediately like, all right, I'm just finna discipline you. I'm just finna hit you. That's the way he internalized it, and he take that out into the world. And what you have is a 13, 14, 15-year-old. He's strong now. He get muscles. That's how he respond. Like, oh, no, I'm going to hit, as opposed to being able to have that dialect. You know, you create a monster in a sense.
That's true.
And I said this on the show prior to this one. I was like, you know, my mama was very close to creating like an absolute monster. You know, if it wasn't for a lot of the leaders or like the mentors in my life that were men that taught me like, chill, bro, keep it player, like shit, relax. They said it in different ways, but ultimately they taught me how to be like relaxed, be a stoic, be a person who's not necessarily unmoved, but don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, because you get stronger. And what happened is you want to resort to violence and fight, because that's in our nature as men.
That's true. And I say that for women too, because my mom, it wasn't no talking, like, just, here. Yeah. But I feel like the way you discipline makes a difference too. Versus I became resentful towards my mom because that's just what she gonna do. Versus my dad, he's like, put your hand on the bed. I'm finna pull your pants down. And that was it was like, it was just different.
Yeah, it was a conversation.
So when I discipline him, that's what I do. Put your hand on the bed type of thing, because I'm not your enemy, so I'm not gonna hit you, because they can easily get misconstrued.
Yeah.
So I feel like the way you discipline makes a difference.
Yeah. I think what Roscoe called it, lazy parenting. That's what a lot of times do. Is just like, I'm just finna whoop this man ass and go and get it over with, let him know that's wrong. You know, you gotta. But even in your situation, you gave him a lot of chances. I'm like that too. I don't really hit. I don't have to. Like my son, he know I'm his chief. Like my man, salute me. Like I'm not playing that at all. He know I'm his chief. I probably done got him a couple times, like early on, but I'm his chief. He already know if I had to get up to say something, it's over with.
And see, that's how their dad is. Like, once he gonna talk, but once he stop talking, it's like he may take it a little too far.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it then before he do.
Yeah. So you was telling me that you were engaged?
I'm in the midst of being divorced.
Okay, I said that wrong. You're in the midst of being divorced. So how long were you married?
October the 5th made 5 years.
Oh, so you've been married now since you were 20 years old. What was that like? Why did you decide to do that so early?
I didn't have a two-parent household. So I wanted my kids to at least get their chance. And once he said he wanted to marry me, I was like, okay, yeah, let's go do it.
Let's go do it.
Didn't put no thought behind it at all. Yeah.
What did you learn in those 5 years?
I learned how to be a woman.
Yeah.
I say, and like a woman.
Yeah.
Even how to love, because like I said, my mom was a single mom, so it wasn't a stability with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that little phase right there, I learned how to do that. I learned responsibility.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in that time, a whole lot.
So and it's crazy because, and I think that's the best way to get married early on. Like, most marriage, actually it's a statistic. I don't know the exact numbers, but it says that most marriages that start early on like that, they last longer because of that. They start early on and you get a chance to, it's no outside things, because I'm 30 now. So I done grew into who I am for 30 years. That's who I am. And in marriage, a lot of times, from my understanding of it, you got to compromise and you got to figure it out. And it's hard for people who done got a little older to figure it out because they stuck in their ways.
That's the thing. Yeah. I think that, so my husband is 10 years older than me. So I think it's more so of him being stuck with his way he thinks.
Yeah.
And I just turned 25. So therefore, I'm becoming who I'm.
Yeah.
I'm now who I am now is probably... it's gonna excel from here. Yeah. Versus who I was when I met him, I was like 19.
Yeah. So do you regret it though?
Do I regret it? Yeah. That's a good question. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't regret it.
Yeah. What do you regret?
I regret not knowing him long before marrying him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten to know him a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. Because how long did y'all know each other?
A year.
A year?
Like, I'm in love. Like, this is my Prince Charming. Like, in my eyes, he did no wrong. Yeah. I would be talking to my people. I was like, y'all go to y'all man's phone. I don't do that. I ain't touch his phone. He ain't doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, just not. Was he actually doing something? I got you. It was one of these type of experiences. So okay, you got in and you married for 5 years, and you ended up having, you gotta have kids and everything like that. Like, what was the part? Because you said it started out good. How long was that honeymoon stage? First few years?
Once I started school, and I take full accountability for my part too. He said that I started neglecting the relationship. Yeah, I didn't prioritize it, and I can kind of see that because it was like I felt like I had to choose between him and my kids. Yeah, though the Bible does say the husband comes first, but it's like I couldn't see myself putting my kids on the back end. Yeah, yeah. So it was like kids, school, husband. Yeah, like you get in where you fit in. You're grown. You should understand what we're trying to do. Yeah, like I'm trying to build us $1 million business right here.
Yeah,
so,
we're trying to get some money.
You know what I'm saying? So like you should understand what we got going on. But it didn't work out like that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't understand, like, you read the Bible and you understand what's going on. And we got to, I don't want to say remove ourselves from the Bible, but we got to remove ourselves from that absolute way of thinking. Because the reality is shit is more expensive these days. And you need both parties involved, regardless. And if you want to, like, do stuff or be in play, you need both parties involved financially. So I think it was important for you to get out and go do that. So when you started school, that's when things started going downhill?
Yeah. Like I didn't have time. I wasn't cooking as much no more. I wasn't cleaning as much no more, and I wasn't having sex as much no more. And all of those things is what made our relationship. Yeah. All three of those. But I feel like we know we love each other, and we're together now. Like, let's take care of business, and we can get back to enjoying each other. It ain't like I just stopped doing it completely. Yeah, it just wasn't an everyday thing. No more.
Yeah. No. So y'all stopped doing it as much, and what do you think was the turning point? What was the moment where you hit, where you like, all right, or he hit?
Honestly, the cheating, it was an issue. It was an issue. It definitely was, but it was like the last recent thing that he did probably like a year ago. It'll be a year in December. I don't want to speak on it. That was like, okay, I just can't no more. Like, I gotta the respect is gone at this point. Yeah. So it's like I could have forgiven him for the cheating, the little other cheating, because it's like ain't nobody perfect. Right. But I'm even out of that mind frame now. It's like gone. Like no, ain't nobody gonna cheat on me.
Right. Rightfully so.
That the cheating, that right there is like the last situation that would put the icing on the cake.
Yeah. How does that make you feel? Does cheating? Because I've been cheated on and I've been fucking devastated. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel humiliated.
Yeah.
That's my big humiliation.
Yeah.
I felt like an ass, and then like, excuse me, can I say that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I felt horrible. It's like you got me looking like this. Yeah. Then you and everybody DM, you embarrassing. Like, no. And I was raised by my grandma, and for my understanding, she always told me, like, I've never cheated on my husband. So I was taking pride in I ain't gonna never cheat on him. Like, no, okay, he did this, I'm gonna forgive him, but we gonna get through it. Like, I ain't cheating on him. I'm his. Like, I'm period. When since you had me, you all I done had. I had that attitude, but once he got to doing everything under the sun, and the last situation, it was like, okay, Dash, it's time to go back in on your mingle. Yeah. Like, I married this man, like, when I married him, like, he was like, we was riding around in a pickup truck. Yeah. He only had a pickup truck. Yeah. Like, I just loved you because of who you are. Yeah. And these other people now, don't get me started.
Nah, get started.
don't get me started. Yeah. Do not get me started.
Get started.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you was you feel like you made him better? You feel like you made him a better man?
I feel like we made each other better.
Yeah.
Like, he was the person that sat there and did my FAFSA for me in my first application for my prereqs for nursing school.
But don't you hate that though? Because now somebody enjoying something that you put so much time into and built.
This what it is. Like, that part right there, I'm like, I'm like, I done sit here and been patient with you, and now you finna go do that.
Yeah. Like, accept somebody for their flaws and all and everything, and you pour into them and you teach them this and they teach you that, and it's just a cohesiveness, it's a synergy about it. Just for them to go out and allow somebody else to enjoy all of that shit. That's hurtful.
Very.
Yeah.
And then, like, he tried to, he said he bought me a truck or whatever for a he's sorry gift.
Yeah.
But he had the title in his name. I'm like, I thought the truck was for me. Like, when we gonna go turn this over? Let's see.
Yeah.
And he never did it. And now I ain't got like, nah, this ain't your truck. So with the whole divorce thing, at first I was gonna try to fight about it. I was like, just free me.
Yeah.
Like, just free me. And this is actually like my third time filing.
Yeah. So you've been actively trying to file, but he just won't sign the paperwork?
Still the same thing. And I paid $2,000 this last time, like, to go and get it done. And still the same thing.
He won't sign the paperwork. I feel him. He trying to fight for his love.
No, but the first time, though, I ain't gonna lie on him. The first time, we both signed him. I finally got him to sign him in. He called me. He was like, you sure you're still showing $100? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I'm positive. It's over with. It's done with. And probably, like, we had, like, what, I think a week or so to go and tell him don't worry about it. We did that. And it's like, once we did that, he got right back comfortable with what he was doing. And he told me that I had stopped being affectionate. And I probably can see myself being that way because I didn't have a whole lot of affection growing up. So it's like, if I'm feeling lovey-dovey, then I am, but get off me.
And plus, y'all had just went through something prior to that, like something where whatever was happening, whether it was infidelity, whether it was like just arguing, whatever it was that led to, hey, I want to get a divorce. Like, of course you don't want to jump right back into it and be affectionate with somebody.
Yes. And then he don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, us as black men, we lack that though. It took a lot of work for me to even get where I am, and I'm still fucking up. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm still trying to be better, but it's us as black men, we don't understand like our emotions and what we feel, and sometimes we can be selfish. I mean, all of us can be selfish. People can be selfish, but I think we can be selfish with the way we handle situations sometimes. So.
But I feel like my loyalty and me still being able to bring, like, I do hair. So I was still doing hair in the midst. I'd never stopped making my own money.
Right.
So I still was like holding my end of the stick too. So what you doing?
Yeah. Men we be so full of lust. Like, for real, niggas just be full of lust and just be in love with their dick and just like, I just want to go do this and do that. You know what I mean? And that's why he fighting that shit now. He don't want to leave. You know, do you think this is final though? This third time?
Yeah, because then he still haven't signed the papers, but we've communicated, we've talked, and I think he's coming to terms and it's okay.
Yeah.
But he had to make himself feel like he don't want me. And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
take it then. That's what, you don't want me.
Yeah,
it's me that's want you. You don't want me.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do this.
Yeah. Ego.
Yeah.
That's another thing we got too. Ego. Like it's just like I gotta feel like I'm the one that broke this off, not that you left. Yeah. Nah. I mean, whatever. But so where are you now as far as that?
Happy.
Yeah, you happy.
Happy.
That's good. That's good. That's not only good for you. That's good for your babies as well.
And now I see a difference in when I'm irritated and dealing with stuff with him versus being free from him. It's like I had so much time to pour into them, to be nicer to them.
Yeah.
Just had like their energy was even different.
Yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
I mean, it's always a positive in these like fucked up situations because I'm sure you didn't want your marriage to end. You never thought in the beginning like it would be that way.
It's like I'm gonna have what my grandma and them got.
Yeah.
That was my attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. And damn social media. I think it's gonna be a lot more divorces because of social media.
You read my mind or something.
Yeah.
I promise you. I'm liking, and he says that he was like, you just care about what people say. I'm liking. Yeah, that's true too because social media, you're doing stuff embarrassing on social media. Grandma and them didn't have phones growing up.
Right.
They weren't on the internet sharing everything. And people, granted, he wouldn't know about the inbox. If he went and had sex with Betty Joe down the road, only way Betty knew if she wouldn't tell her.
She wouldn't tell
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of the messiness that comes into it, the doing stuff on purpose to make someone mad, like that, the humiliation is that part for me.
Yeah. You can't humiliate your woman or your man. Like you can't do it.
And then it's like you talk to people from my area, but people from your area try and talk to me all the time, and I'm just like ignoring it. I'm cool because I want to respect you.
Yeah. Maybe be like, damn, I should have got his ass.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
I
then I have to think like I'm still a lady. I'm gonna be a lady and carry myself in a better manner than him. I ain't gonna be his equal.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Most women keep that type of energy like that. Yeah, they shouldn't though. I'm gonna tell you, like, fuck him. Not your man, of course, but like the dude who doing it. But
it's like, and I like the whole thought of like knowing, like, and all them still want me, and I'm still at the top of all their heels, and they nope.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's still gonna be like she ain't do nothing with him.
Yeah,
she was good to him the whole time.
Yeah,
that whole storyline.
Yeah, at least you know that you did everything that you can do. What blame do you take in the situation?
Not making time for the marriage.
Yeah.
Not making time for it.
Yeah. And I hear that a lot too. It's like, but yo down, like the point where you were like at a low, it doesn't make up for, or it doesn't, the answer on his end should not be like, let me go out and find this other attention.
And that's the thing. I don't agree with him using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
So that excuse, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. That shouldn't be the answer, but a lot of the times, that's what it is. It's like I wasn't getting attention from her, and we get so upset with women when they say like, "You a hoe, you on hoe shit." Like, but us, it's the same thing. You don't get attention.
What about me needing attention? What about the things that you weren't doing that I was accepting?
Yeah.
It works hand in hand.
Yeah. Okay, so you happy now? You in a good space now? Are you dating now? No,
not at all.
I feel that you just want to have
interested.
fun.
Like, I just want to get rich right now. And raise my kids and give them the best. Like, literally, that's it.
Yeah, you on the right track. RN, then LPN. I mean, then nurse practitioner. You on the right track to do it. You on the right track to get you some money. Yeah, you think you'll ever be back with your soon to be ex-husband? Could be.
Could be.
Yeah,
but. It may be. I don't know.
Choose black love. I love that. I like that though. I like it.
You.
Like, I'm serious. Choose black love.
It's like, it's like,
yeah,
the humiliation behind it. But I think I have to, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm giving that to God. I'm letting Him have it.
Yeah.
And through the whole situation, I'm like, now God, like, I be talking to you. We supposed to be friends. What you doing?
Yeah.
Do you hear me calling you?
Yeah. I think somebody put me up on something the other day. They said that the way God works, or the way they at least think God works, is that if you ask God to give you discipline, He won't give you discipline. He'll put you in a situation where you have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to be. And I believe that, because I'm a testament to that. So many times I ask for peace, and he put me in a situation where I can have peace. For example, the mother of my child, I asked for peace for so much, not just with her, but just peace in general in my life. But the whole time I was fighting, you know, things in my life like her that brought me peace. I was pushing them away. But the moment that I accepted that, I gained the peace. You know, same thing with discipline. I needed discipline. I want discipline. So he says, okay, I'll put you in a situation, because I'm in school now too. I'm getting my master's.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And he put me in a situation to where, like, all right, you have to be disciplined. Go get your master's and do X, Y, and Z. So I think that's the way God works. At least that makes the most sense to me.
It does.
Yeah. Because we tend to think about it as humans as like a magic wand where he just going to give us, here go your discipline. But nah, it don't work like that.
I think him needing discipline too. Mm-hmm. With this, I'm just speaking on that because this is what we're talking about.
Right.
Him needing some discipline, because you can't, every time something don't go your way, you can't go and run from it and go do this. Yeah. That's just like me. If I would, the first time, me trying to run from a situation instead of dealing with it at first.
Yeah. So discipline and self-control. Mm-hmm. We lack that a lot. Self-control. Like, just control yourself. You know, it's really that simple. Just, you know, for the sake of, I told the mother of my child this. I said, listen, I love being out in the streets. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm talking like, I don't mind the relationship shit, but I love being in a relationship, but I also love just being out here having the whole, you know what I mean?
So do you plan on marrying the mother of your child?
I think I do. Okay, I think so, like at some point.
I like it.
But I love both of them though. Like, I can do either one is what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be, you know, I can do either one and I'll be perfectly happy. You know how some dudes will say, man, it ain't nothing out here. I want to be with my woman. Or some dudes, I'll never get married. I'm either way. Like, I can do either one of them and I'll be happy. But I would much rather, you know, create a situation for my kid, a better situation for my kid.
But I also feel like being together with someone for the child isn't healthy either.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not at all.
Because where your happiness gonna come in?
Yeah. Early on, I got some advice. Motherfucker said, "Fuck them kids, bro. You can't. Like, you good. Look at your ass. You grew up without your daddy, so you'll be all right." I'm like, I can't let them grow up without me. You know, like, but you know, no. Listen, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you coming on. You do hair, right?
I do.
People watching, well, I guess they wouldn't be able to. Some people, it's people everywhere, but people who watching, how would they get in touch with you? Is that something you want to put out? You got any business or anything you want to put out there?
Definitely not. I'm focused on school.
On school, I got you.
With hair, it's in and out type of thing. Like, I actually enjoy it. I've been doing it since I was like 14. It's like a hobby.
Well, listen, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. You're welcome back anytime you want to come on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, of course. Listen, this is a ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.